Yo, what's up, baby? We're back, man. Another Monday, hardworking men get to sit back down and do what they love. What's up, man? I'm your boy Troy, and I'm back with the boys. What's up, fellas?
How y'all doing, man? SpongeBob finally got his license. We out here, man.
Hey, how you guys feeling, man?
I'm feeling real good.
Start of the week, Mondays, how that song goes? Just another manic Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday, but man, we got some sports for you guys. See, I don't know where I want to start.
We got some real great topics today, man.
I don't know what I want to start. Did you guys hear what Ayton said about Zion's 360 dunk?
No, let me know something.
He said that it was home court. He did it for the fans.
Is that right?
Do you guys agree with Ayton when he said he did it for the fans?
No, I think he did it because he's sending a message. Yeah, I think he did it because he's sending a message. I'm here, and y'all got to worry about me this year. I wasn't here last year. And remember, there was reports saying that he wanted to play because they felt like if he played, he was going to be a difference maker in that series because they had Phoenix on the road. So I think he's sending a message to him like, hey, we own y'all ass. Don't sleep over here, man.
Lamar, any thoughts?
I think he was sending a message pretty much. I think Ayton, that's Aiden's way of just trying to like downplay it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just doing it for the fans. It is what it is. It ain't no big deal. But really, I think Ayton know for real, like he was trying to send us a message, but I ain't gonna give into the mind games. I'm just gonna make it seem like it was just for the fans and like phasing us over here.
Yeah,
that's why I think he answered it. He said it like that. Phoenix got a lot of time.
Suns, they were number 1 and they dropped to 4.
Phoenix?
Oh, yeah, they were number 1 and they dropped to 4.
Because they lost back-to-back games to the Pelicans.
They lost back-to-back games to the Pelicans.
And I thought they would have got one.
I don't really believe in Phoenix like that, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's crazy that you say that because there have been a lot of talk saying that their window that they had is essentially closed.
Yeah, I don't think they really like. I hate to say it, but I felt this way for a while. But I don't like saying it because people make you seem like a hater. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, yeah.
Like the bubble championship, and people will take that to some degree and be like, yeah, that was kind of fluky. But I even think the one afterwards, and no discredit to Milwaukee because Giannis did his thing and they did their thing, but just even the path there and the way the season started late, and it just was like a lot of people had weird injuries. I even think that one, we didn't necessarily get the best 2 teams that year either. You know what I'm saying? And not saying Milwaukee wasn't the best team, but I don't think Phoenix was really the best team in the West that year. They just was the team to come out that year.
I just think they was healthy at the end of the season, or when it mattered most, honestly.
I think like I said, when it comes to I think that was their window. I don't think Chris Paul's going to get any unless they. I mean, it's the NBA. Things happen. They can come up with another player, but as a team, they don't seem like. Usually, like in the NBA, when a team is a championship team, they are consistently great at defense. And Phoenix has been good at defense, but it seems like they waver. You know what I'm saying?
True. Very true.
That's where
they have lapses. They have very big lapses.
I don't know if you can rely on they to be honest, they kind of remind me of like a revamped version of the Rockets. Like
that's not Crazy to
Yeah, that's
say.
not crazy to say at all.
Like, yeah, it kind of reminds me like Devin Booker's this James Harden in a different way. Like they kind of, it's very, it seems the same. Like that's not a championship team to me for some reason, and I can't really put my finger on it. But they remind me of the Rockets. Like they're going to be a good team. They're going to be a contender, but it's something about them that's not going to get them over the hump.
That's crazy because that's when you really think about it. Like really think about it. They got
Like I
Chris
said,
Paul.
I can't all the way put my finger on it. I mean, Chris Paul's the
Devin
only.
Booker is essentially James Harden, like you said. Then you got Mikal Bridges, who's their Eric Gordon, their defensive player. Bro, that's fucking wild. Because when you look at how their game breaks down, they're a score first team. They want to score, right? They want to get the ball. They want to get the ball in their ball handlers, their scorers, and they want them to push the pace and make magic happen early, right? So it builds a big lead so that the opponent has a bigger hole to climb out of, right? But when you have a team that can do the same thing, or have a team that plays good defense and that won't let you get what you want to get, now it's like, what's your game plan? And every time you see that happen, they fall apart.
Because they go into like a kind of like, or pick like they offense
exactly. And you got to think about it, like when you watch the games from the past, watch the playoff games, right? And then go back and watch the finals. It literally happened just like that. They got out to a big lead, boom. Oh, they didn't expect, they explode. But then once the other team adjusts and starts to clog the hole and starts to really bolster the 3-point line and takes away your spacing, takes away your outside passes to where now when you drive, you don't have that lane. And now you have Giannis going crazy on both sides of the floor, defense and offense. Now what you gonna do?
Yeah.
And you've seen it happen every time in those series. It's like, oh shit, now what we gonna do? It's like I feel like Monty's biggest problem is he fails to match adjustments. That's what I said about Kerr in the finals last year. He has to match adjustments with Ime because Ime is always adjusting. That's the reason why. That's the reason why Boston got to where he's always adjusted. He's always adjusted. All right, bet if they're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. If they're gonna do that, we're gonna do that. Or bet they did this, bet we're gonna go back to this because they couldn't stop that. Right? That's the thing. Always adjusting, matching adjustment. I feel like Monty, he either doesn't match it well enough, or he matches it too slow to the point where now it's essentially too late.
Yeah, and honestly, to another point, like just thinking about it, like I don't really think they've developed an offense to run through Ayton. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I was just thinking, the difference between the Rockets and them is I would say Ayton's more versatile, better player than Clint Capella, but they don't feature him like he's that much better than Clint Capella like they should. And then in the games they do, it's just like hit or miss. It's like it seems like they're always taking turns instead of having like a flow.
Honestly, yeah.
And that may be their downfall, but it's just like I said, I can't put my finger on it. But something about them makes me feel like they are going to be a good team, but it's just they're never going to get over the hump. They don't have that championship caliber. You know what I'm saying? That next level.
So for me, the Suns, like, I agree with you. I think, and I said this earlier, and I got to go find the tape of it. I literally said that before the season started, that the Suns' window closed. That's it. I don't think that they're gonna have another opportunity. That's it. Like they had a short window, they didn't capitalize on it, and history is history. Chris Paul. We're gonna get to him a little later in the show, I believe. Oh no, I was thinking about TikTok. Damn. But yeah, Chris Paul, he is who he is. He has his nickname for a reason, but at his age, he can only do so much out there. I think the team, is kind of showing themselves back to be before Chris Paul got there.
Yeah,
and that's a team with like a couple of pieces away from competing for a championship. And a lot of people will say, that the reason the Suns got to the championship was because what the hell is that? A lot of people like the only reason why the Suns got there is because teams was injured, blah 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 blah. But I think they did have that 2-year window, and I think that it's done. Like their teams around them, and I said this early on. Teams around them are getting better. Same thing I said about the Nuggets. The Nuggets are kind of standing with those teams right now, so I'm eating my words right now on the Nuggets. But see, who I was talking to on TikTok, we ain't afraid to fucking admit when we're wrong about something, motherfucker.
Very true.
But yeah, that's just what it is. I mean, the Suns are who the Suns are until they get make some moves over there. Keep Booker. I don't know if you keep Ayton. I think you should have just let Ayton walk. I understand they wanted to retain Chris Paul, and they didn't. They didn't want to. They wanted to retain Chris Paul, and at that same time, they kept Ayton and to try to run it back because that was a team that got them to a finals. But I just think the chemistry there could be a little bit messed up. Even though I believe Ayton's going to show his ass this season, I think so far he's been playing pretty well.
Definitely.
But yeah, I don't think the Suns at the end of the season they'll probably make the playoffs. I'm not going to take them out the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to compete with the rest of the teams that's around in the West.
And that's as I think the Suns will make the playoffs. I think they'll be a top 4 seed, but I wouldn't be surprised if they got eliminated early. And I can't that. I kind of feel the same way about Denver, but I think that's the difference between them and Denver. I think Denver is going to beat the weaker teams they're supposed to beat. But Phoenix, it's just something about them. They seem like you said, the Pelicans could beat them if they match up in the playoffs early. It's just Dallas. It seems that you might not think should beat them, but I think we'll beat them in a 7-game series.
I think Utah beat them in the 7-game series, honestly.
And see, that's crazy, but it's not crazy, but that's crazy because I don't even know if Utah's still gonna make the playoffs. But at the same time, and I know you don't want to hear this because where you at, you tired of hearing it about them. The Sac might see them could be really upset them in the first round.
Oh no, I was actually going to bring that up. I'm glad you said that because they might get matched up with Sacramento in the first round and get their ass beat.
Yeah, and that's
I'm not even gonna lie.
Crowds make fight, and that's not. I don't think they really want to run in the Sac in the first round. That'll be the one.
Oh no, they don't. They don't. This is the thing about Sacramento. I know I give them a lot of heat. I'm gonna go ahead and give them the flowers real quick. They score at will. They have a lot of scores on not only the starter but the second unit as well. So when you have explosive scoring like that, yes, they are really lapsed on the defensive end, but they're constantly getting better on defensive end. If you look at their defensive plus minus and their defensive efficiency, they're getting better, especially away, which is credit to Mike Brown because especially him being a defensive coach, having his players score at will like that, and then having them slowly but surely rise in the defensive rankings to where at the end of the season they're maybe top 15, top 20, and you have a top 10 scoring offense, you're going to be in the right position that you want to be in. So they are a dangerous team. But the thing about it is they're very young and they're very inexperienced. Harrison Barnes probably has the most experience as far as championships on that team, which is the reason why they haven't let him go yet. And he's been, I don't want to say inconsistent, but his gameplay has been kind of up and down to the point where they even thought about moving him. Right, but they decided to keep him because he's the veteran that helps everything mold together. But they have a very young team, they have a very scary team, and they have a lot of great pieces in a lot of good places. And if they can put some things together, Phoenix will lose, and probably 5. Honestly, if we're being honest, Phoenix will lose probably 5.
Yeah, I doubt they get out the first round. They're just as constructed, unless they come up against a weak team like. If we just look at it, I'll tell you straight up because that's what I'm gonna be from now on. Troy's gonna be straight up on the podcast. You feel me? Who I would have beating the Suns in the 7-game series right now in the West? Nuggets. This is before I even get to the damn standings. The Nuggets. Yep. I'll take the Pels.
Yep.
I'll take Memphis.
Yep.
I'll take the Clips. I'll take Dallas.
I think they might go back and forth, but I would still have the Clippers.
I would take Clips. I would take Dallas. I would definitely take Golden State, even though they're not even playing right now. Shit, I might take Portland.
Yeah.
I might even take Portland beating the Suns in the 7-game series.
Everybody you said I would agree with, except
Except for Portland.
Clippers and Portland. I might go back and forth on. That's it. But like that. But yeah, the Clippers and Portland. I think they might beat the Clippers, and I think they might beat Portland. But I wouldn't be surprised at all, if one of those teams beat them. I'd be like, because it's just
Yes. What's the ironic part of this? Not to cut you off, Amon. Simultaneously, it went bow bow on my end of the screen. LV in the building. What's
Who
up,
up and
fellas?
LV joined at the same time? We gotta love
That
it.
shit literally said wop wop. I'm like, okay.
Wop, wop.
Y'all
Yeah,
niggas on
yeah,
nigga time. All
too.
right.
Welcome,
I
fellas.
feel you. All the niggas
good?
right. But no, let me stop. What's up, LV? How you feeling, man? Good to have you back in the building.
I'm good.
I gotta pick that ring up again.
No, we good.
What happened to Tatum choking? I want to get that out the way.
Oh, he was scared in the third quarter. And
Oh,
you
he
know
was
that.
scared in the third quarter. 44 points. He was scared.
Where was he at in the third quarter?
44 points.
31-5 run.
44 points.
Hey,
I love. See, the reason why I want LB to come back is because
44.
Because he empty 44. We got
it.
And we got the win. Oh man, I can't take the disrespect.
I
can't take the disrespect, man.
Your whole team was scared in the third quarter. I'm not
Oh
worried. It's
man,
okay.
the Lakers were scared in 3 quarters out of 4. What are you talking about?
No, we were good in the fourth. We just got tired. You know,
Oh, okay. They was winded.
yeah, we was.
Mm.
It's tough. It's tough doing
Winded.
31-5 on the best team in the league, quote unquote.
Winded. Tired old team, huh? You can't expect
no,
that to survive around in the playoffs.
Hey,
You
be glad you won by 4.
You cannot put your money on that to survive around in the playoffs, LV.
NOT.
No, we're good in the West.
Tired?
The West.
Tired? No, they got
good in the
tired in
West.
the playoffs. You can't get tired, my boy.
We have LeBron James. Nobody else has LeBron James on their team.
Nobody else has 38-year-old LeBron James. Ooh.
I'll take 38-year-old LeBron James over anybody in the playoffs right now. In the West, at least.
Anybody?
And
over in the West.
In
the West.
In the West. Have you met LV? LV boy?
What's going on?
In the West?
In the West, you would
see how the
take.
Conversation just shifted.
You would take LeBron.
You would take him over Luka.
Luka don't play defense, and Luka's going to tire himself out.
LeBron can't play defense no more either, though.
Stop. Let's not do this.
So when is Luka?
Let me get my rightful position, Mulich. You can take that.
Say that again.
Has Luka shut anybody down in the playoffs before?
No, he hasn't. But it's just simply.
Is Luka known as an offensive player or as an all-around player?
To me, he's an all-around player.
Ooh. So all-around means he plays defense.
Not necessarily. Not in today's. Not in today's era. We look at all-around players like Luka, like that can rebound, score.
So there's 2 sides of the court. It's offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
What is Luka best at?
Offense.
When we show highlights of Luka on ESPN, SportsCenter, Fox, whatever.
LeBron does that now, though.
LeBron made a couple game-saving blocks. He made a good contest last night to
what is
have
he best at now, though? That's the question you asked.
Huh?
I think today
Luka
can do more than LeBron just today. I'm not talking about the career of LeBron. The career of LeBron, no. But today,
Luka is shutting somebody. If it comes down to the last second shot, you dependent on Luka to stop somebody?
I'm dependent on Luka to do more in a basketball game than LeBron James today. That's what I'm expecting.
I think that's fair to say.
I don't think that's fair to say because I don't honestly. Luka's a great player offensively. He's a great player.
I'm dependent on Tatum to do more in today's game than LeBron.
But it's a lot. But he said he's staying in the West. We just stick to the West. What is LeBron doing on defense? Really? I mean, he gets his chase down blocks, but he's not clamping nobody up.
One hustle.
No, he's not. He's not there to
get his one hustle play in.
You still don't see guys going at him like that. You see guys like Tatum, Luka to a certain extent, not that much. That goes at LeBron. It's in spurts.
Well, Tatum gave him the sauce. I don't know if you was watching.
But that's in the East. I'm talking about the West. Give me somebody in the West.
Nah,
that's
I got
going
it. I'm sticky. I wore this shirt for a reason, baby.
The only person I would, like you said, if you phrasing it around the playoffs, the only person I would truly definitively take is definitely Luka right now.
So, in regards to that, since you just say Luka, I'm not worried about anything. There's no team in the West. We're all packed in. The team
No team in the West.
The top team in the West is the Pelicans. They're 18-11, or is it the
you know what though?
Memphis
I'm
right
about
now,
to say, you
19-10.
said the Pelicans.
Hey,
You took the
I'm
Pels
glad
right out
you
my
said
mouth because
that.
I was
I'm
just about to
glad
say
you
I
said
got the
that.
Pels beating y'all
Because
in the 7-game
Zion was
series.
going at LeBron that whole game when they played. He was attacking LeBron.
He was. It was back at.
That just made me think of that. I wasn't even thinking about it until you said that.
No, I was thinking of the Pels. I was waiting for him to
At
finish.
him like he was an old man. He was, bro. He was attacking LeBron. Pull up the tape.
Oh, I saw the tape. I'm not.
I was like,
tell Zion to pull out that.
That's in the regular season. I'm not worried. It's in the regular season. It's okay. But in the playoffs, things change. Zion ain't been in the playoffs. His team has been in the playoffs. Him, no. He might not get all them calls he's gonna get in the playoffs.
When the last time Bron been in the playoffs?
LeBron was in the playoffs in 2020, if I'm correct. After winning the title.
It's been 2 years though.
Been a minute.
I'm just saying, like, we can't. What I'm saying is that you can't hold on to LeBron's past in today's conversation. That's what I'm saying.
So we just gonna put him underneath the rug like he ain't nothing. Is that what we doing?
Who doing that? He's a LeBron James is one of the greatest players.
That's what we're doing today.
How did I say that?
You did not say his past 2 years. You saying it like he's just chump change, like he just ain't.
I didn't say he was chump change. I'm just telling you, he's definitely not the same player that he was in 2020. I can tell you that for a fact.
In regards to what? He's still athletic. He don't play as bad.
He still don't play. LeBron James the same player that he was in 2020.
He don't play no defense. He's still an athletic player. He still got the.
He played defense in 2020 though. He played defense in 2020.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah,
See, that's where I'm gonna get you. He only played defense because he had 8 months of rest. He ain't gonna get 8 months of rest. He didn't even play defense back then.
Before the bubble, was they not the 1 seed?
Yeah, they were.
Was he not the favorite to win the MVP? Well, one of the favorites, LeBron James.
It was him or
Giannis.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, in that year in particular, he was still very much a very complete player that year in particular. But he's 36. Like, he was 36 at that time. I'm saying, like, I didn't expect him to last that much longer.
38 in a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I didn't expect him to last as like. I expected some things to fall off. Like, when you're 36 years old in the NBA, some things will fall off.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. He's just not the same player. Right. He's still a great player. I think he's still a top 25 type player easily, but not a top 10 player no more. No. Don't look at me like that. No. Not a top 10 player. Not a top 10 player no more.
You telling me there's 10 players? You telling me there's 10 players better than LeBron James?
Right now? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I would put
I'm going to tell you, LV and Yakeem Lieber, we're doing our top 10 all time today. So when
top 10 what? Top 10 what?
Top 10 all time.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, continue. I just wanted to tell y'all so y'all prepare for it later on in the show.
Okay. So who's your 10 players?
That's better than LeBron right now.
That's what I want to know.
That's better than LeBron right now.
Giannis, Joker, Embiid, Luka, Tatum. Sorry,
Devin Booker.
I
did you say Jokic?
Yeah, I said Jokic and Embiid. Yeah.
Okay. Did we say Steph?
Adam,
Kevin Durant.
KD.
I don't think Kevin Durant's better than him.
Kevin Durant's not better than LeBron right now. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
It's like it's not even recency bias, it's history bias. Like
agreed.
It's like what he has done for the game. You remember when Kobe was coming up for contract conversations when he was old? He was old. It was like, oh, don't give him the money. It was like, oh, he's only getting the money for what he has done, not what he's going to do. Like that's what this conversation sounds like to me. We talk about what he has done and what he can
I get what you're saying, Trey, but that's even me. That's a different conversation because that was more so we're paying Kobe Bryant out of loyalty. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying like the people that was having that conversation.
But nobody ranked Kobe out of, you know what I'm saying? Nobody thought Kobe was still top 5 when he's getting this money. Like people still think LeBron James today is a top 5 player. Like, and I don't even understand that.
I wouldn't say top 5. He's top 10. He's not 5. He's 10.
If we,
like,
to me,
I can't see 10. He's
not
even the best player on his team no more. He's not better than AD right now.
AD can't stay healthy.
AD right now either.
AD can't stay. Anthony Davis cannot stay healthy. So that
AD's officially out for a month.
But when he was healthy,
availability is the best ability. If you can't stay available on the okay. So what just happened to Anthony
Davis? LeBron's not been available either these last 2 years. So that's not act like his availability has been his best.
But he hasn't missed more games than Anthony Davis has. Anthony Davis has missed exponentially a lot more games than him.
Agreed. But when
how you gonna be the best player on your team and you're not there for your team?
But neither one of them was there for their team.
Easily. That's like saying if Giannis got hurt right now and Chris Middleton is whatever playing a great season. That's like still trying to act like Giannis is not the best player. Like things don't matter. Like Giannis matters. AD matters. If he's on the court, he's the best player on the court.
Okay, so we're talking about best players. You have to be available to be on the court. LeBron James hasn't missed as many games as Anthony Davis as he has. Correct?
But right, that's facts.
Okay, then.
What does that movie look like with LeBron being the best player?
If that's facts, like you said, then there's no way that Anthony Davis is a better player because he cannot stay healthy.
That's not true. That's not true. Look. What you're trying to do, right? You're trying to make it seem like we synced this movie last year with LeBron, averaging 36 and 5, whatever he averaged. How did that movie play out?
I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about right now.
Okay, right now, then.
Right now, Anthony Davis is out for a month.
Right.
What good is that to me?
Was it because of LeBron James or Anthony Davis when they was on this winning games?
Because they gave Anthony Davis the ball and let him go to work.
Right. Who was the best player on the court?
The best player was LeBron James because he
allowed. He allowed what?
Did you not watch the games? What did AD do good? He got a bunch of alley-oops. He played great defense. He got a bunch of tip dunks. His post game is still so
averaging like 30 and 17.
Okay, how did he get his 30? Was it off the post? Did he go one-on-one? Did he?
I got you, man. I hear you, man. We doing this to AD now.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm keeping it real. Did he beat dudes up in the mid range, or did he beat him in the post? Or did he get off alley oops, or how did he do it? Did he get spoon fed little layups underneath the basket? Did he get boards and putbacks?
Was it by LeBron or Russell Westbrook?
Both.
Because who's leading the team in assists this year?
I believe it's Russell Westbrook.
I know who it is.
Yeah, I believe it's Russ.
LeBron not running the offense as much as he was no more. Like, what are we talking about? He's I'm not saying he's a shell of himself. He really needs to coach. He really needs to let Anthony Davis go to work because he's the best player on the team.
Okay, thank you.
That's the
reality. Great players make other players great. That's what he's doing right now.
Absolutely. That's what he's always done for the most part. Like, but you can't take away what Anthony Davis is playing phenomenal.
I have not taken anything away from Anthony Davis, but I'm trying to tell you that he is a great player. LeBron is making him a better player.
I agree to that. Thank you. I agree. I think Chris Paul made Devin Booker a better player. I still think Devin Booker the better player today, for sure. Today,
we all know that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the same thing. Like great players usually make a player that's on the rise even that much better. Like Anthony Davis, we already knew who he was before LeBron James. LeBron James just became the you know what I'm saying, either you can call it Batman, Robin, whatever. Like it was nice where it was LeBron leading the charge. It was nice AD was leading the charge, but they was 1A, 1B during that title run. There was no real number 2 option. AD was winning games for the Lakers, just like LeBron James was. So, like, I get it, but right now, there's a clear number 1 on the team. And that's Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis is hurt. He's not available for my team right now.
Right. I hear you.
When they play in an hour,
about to suffer.
They're
Suffer.
sitting LeBron because of he's got ankle soreness. They're sitting LeBron. Anthony Davis is hurt.
Oh, they're sitting LeBron because of ankle soreness, but
yeah, he rolled his
This
ankle.
is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad.
So wouldn't that mean he's hurt?
No, he's not hurt. He last night. What are you talking about?
I know how to roll an ankle. Trust me, I rolled my ankle a lot playing ball in my youth. I rolled it a lot. One after another, till I damn near almost tore that tendon down there. I know what it's like to tear an ankle. You're hurt, my nigga. You're hurt. There ain't no tickle. There ain't no tickle. That shit hurt, LV.
That nigga took time off for his birthday. That nigga ain't hurt.
Right.
Wait, I just saw something about that shit. About somebody, Tatum. Tatum took some time off for his son's birthday or something. People was mad. Some Boston fans was mad at it.
The Deuce.
Nigga, you know how big Deuce is to the NBA
Hey,
world?
stop playing with my young nigga Deuce, man. If he want to take off for my young nigga Deuce, he gonna take off for my young nigga Deuce on God. You have to stop playing with my young light-skinned nigga, bro.
On top of that, the people that was out here, let me stop saying, with the people that was out here saying that, you guys are the ones that be stuck at your job and can't take time off.
Yeah.
Your child's birthday doesn't mean he should.
Because I'm gonna call off.
See, the problem is we all think because these guys make millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars that there are exceptions or exempt from the way we live life. No, they live. They're human just like us, bro. They do the same fucking activities we do. Let the man have some fun at his son's birthday.
My man, Bron finna be 38. He gonna turn up.
He can like, yo, it's the magic, bro. I don't need to. It's the magic, bro. I'm not playing no magic. I think I'm going to Deuce's birthday party. You feel
exactly.
Me? You know,
he just dropped, man. Let
Deuce like,
turn up with it.
Dad, it's the magic. You ain't gotta go. It's the magic, Dad. You can take
gotta worry about
the magic twice.
We played the magic twice and we got beat by them twice too. Damn. But we don't care about nothing about that. Nothing about that. Because you know what? When you put up all the teams' records, you line them all up, East and West, we gotta go like that to find the Lakers.
Wow, it seemed like it's shit on the Lakers day.
No, it's just me and LV got a little, Boston Lakers rivalry.
All I know is the last time we played in the finals, we won. That's all that matters.
Hey, last time I know, it had to be wrapped in bubble wrap.
So did Toronto.
Wait, weren't you talking about? Oh no, I'm talking about 10. Last time we played in the finals, we won.
Lakers and the Celtics.
Oh.
That's fine.
I see.
Oh,
but do not forget,
Kobe.
LB. Let's not forget this. We got one on you too, boy. Like, don't act like it was just a one-sided thing. I remember clearly us getting one on you.
Magic got 5. How many Bird got?
3.
Oh, that's right.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
How many times? Hey, wait. How many times did Bird?
Listen. Bill Russell got 11. That stops the whole argument. Bill has 11.
11 when? When he was playing mailman.
Listen, now we're gonna attack the time.
Not the mailman.
Not now. Now we're gonna attack the time when you tried to bring Magic into this, right? You tried to bring Magic and try to dupe me with Magic's rings along with LeBron's, and then you're probably gonna try to use Kobe's. But if you add Kobe's and Magic's up, hey, Bill still got more. You feel me?
Actually, I would actually add in Kareem. So. Hey, far more than is coming.
Hey, if you haven't met Whiskey Troy, you gonna meet him today.
According to my calculations, it's about 16 rings right there.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
We can go ring for ring.
We could go ring for ring. You just wait till I finish my collection, and then we could definitely go ring for ring. We could definitely go ring once I finish my collection, baby. Once I finish the collection, it's over, bro. Now you're gonna make me get Bill's 11. Like that's what you're gonna make me do. Because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, but you're gonna make me get Bill's 11.
10 of them things. Actually, I got 11 of them things. I'm still waiting on you.
Hey, right, look. When you can stand next to Bill's 11 by yourself, lonesome, and you can talk to me. You feel me? You feel me, Phil, Bill don't won in a whole decade. You feel me? A whole decade. LeBron been to 10. Bill won 10 plus 1. You feel me? Like when Bill put his ringers on, he needs somebody else's finger. You feel me? Because he ain't got no finger.
Okay.
All right, LeBron, Kobe, Magic all wear their fingers on their 10 fingers, their rings on their 10 fingers, not Bill.
Hey, as long as that man behind your left shoulder is beaten by Magic, that's all that matters.
Hey, as long as he beat Magic, I don't care.
Hey, we don't get moral victories out here.
I do. What are you talking about moral victories? You won championships on your head. What are you talking about, LV?
He said, I do.
We won moral championships on your head, moral, physically, mentally. Like all of them, we won them on your head. Don't be sitting out here being one of those Lakers fans that just think it was one-sided. It was a one-sided battle. It was not.
Oh, it has. Since 1980, it has been one-sided.
Okay. I'm talking about Bird and Magic. Don't think that was just one-sided.
80 was
don't
one-sided.
Think so. It was not Tyrone back in the chat. What's up, Ty? But it was not one-sided. But AD out. We kind of already touched on that. I want to get on the Suns because some new information came out on the Suns. Magic did it with less. Not going there. Not going there.
Yeah.
Let's not do it. Magic did it with less. Okay.
Less what?
Less help. Yeah, okay. Magic did it with more help than Bird. What are you talking about?
They both had all-star teams back then.
We did. But who team was
That's
better?
Why I don't know why people take
the
Lakers.
Who team was better, Lamar? Who team was better? What team was better, Lamar?
The Lakers.
Obviously. Okay, then tie in the chat. Let's not do it. Yeah, let's talk facts. The Lakers team was better. Don't do it.
Yeah,
all right, but I want to talk about this.
Hey, can we get that again? Record that? What'd you say?
What happened?
Yeah, Lou Alcindor. The Lakers had Lou Alcindor, but y'all had no hope.
No, Troy, don't backtrack now. Don't get quiet.
I didn't know you talking. What happened?
What?
Did I say what?
Hold on now. I'm backtracking. What'd you say?
No, you breaking up. I literally breaking up. What did you say? Fucking breaking up. Am I tripping?
Oh, you said
he breaking up? Am I tripping or is he breaking up? Like, he started breaking up. I know what you're talking about. What did I say?
I believe you said the Lakers are better than the Celtics.
Yes, when Bird and Magic was playing, the Lakers had a better team. That's what I said. I'm not afraid. I'm not biased. Okay, I'm not biased. I'm not a biased fan. I tell it like it is.
Don't worry, Lakers fans. I got it.
Hey, Tyrone, basketball Hall of Fame don't matter. Role players make it in the Hall of Fame. That don't count. You know what I'm saying? You can't base it off that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, the Lakers had James Worthy, Magic Johnson, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, bro. And James Worthy was a damn near a NBA leading scorer without them. So, like, you can't say that. Like, you can't say the Celtics just because they had the Hall of Fame. Steve Kerr is a Hall of Famer as a player. Is Steve Kerr better than anybody I just listed, bro? You know what I'm saying? Or not even. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the NBA Hall of Fame. It's the Naismith. So you can ball out in college, you know what I'm saying, and become a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? So that don't really.
It has to be like 25 plus years in basketball or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to count from like AAU, high school, college, stuff like that.
Yeah, so it don't really like that's a different argument. You know what I'm saying? That's you like what?
Ty said y'all had the best team in the 60s to 80s, but then the rest of the league got niggas. I love it. Then I'm saying, like, why did they ask me to show this comment? Because I had to like click it. And I'm like, oh, because you said they got niggas.
Where were y'all at in 1990 and 2000? People want to know.
Where were we at? In the same place the Lakers was at.
Paul
in and
Pierce,
out of that. There was a good team in a rebuild. A good team in a rebuild. A good team in a rebuild.
Paul Pierce was holding it down in the first round.
Yeah, that's good. He had no help.
Holding it down though.
He had no help.
Just like the Clippers.
if Paul Pierce played with Shaq, maybe it'd be a different story. Let's not.
I'm sorry.
You know what, bro? I hate that narrative though. Paul Pierce would have got one ring with maybe two with Shaq. Don't act like Kobe.
He wasn't getting one with Shaq. You crazy,
bro.
They're
He's
going
giving
Like, I hate when
You
people
he's
try to
getting
do
Paul
that.
Pierce
0 to
wasn't
1
what?
ring. 0 to 1 ring.
0 to 1 ring. Paul Pierce with Shaq. You're crazy.
Yeah.
I'm
They didn't call
serious.
him the truth for nothing, bro.
I,
You
man,
name
listen,
me another nigga that gets stabbed 9 times and then come back and play all 82 games the next season.
man,
You
I know
tell
a
me,
lot of people
you
from
naming
Chicago
me.
that do. Well, you said another season.
Played that off season, nigga got that 9 times in the that same off season, nigga got back in shape. And then when that season started, he was in those games. He's the truth.
Man,
Don't do it.
look.
You know what he did in
Look.
Washington? He called games.
I
Stop
don't
playing with my
think
boy.
no
He said he
player
called
in
game.
that
He
time,
called
other
games. Stop
than
playing with my boy.
and I mean this. I don't think no player other than Kobe Bryant and maybe Dwayne Wade would have won with Shaquille O'Neal, like in that era.
Nah, I don't know. I gotta think about that. I'm not gonna say nah. I gotta think about that.
I
You
don't
know
think
what?
no player.
I say I add one more, but I would say Allen Iverson would have won with him too.
Yeah, I
that
mean, like I think a lot of players
that was
would have won like one ring for sure with Shaq
He's
because
talking
he was
about on the
that
same
dude.
level that Shaq and Kobe were. I can
multiple.
understand that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't see that. I don't see nobody.
I don't know. It's
three-peat
hard
for
to say
sure.
because I mean,
I don't know.
I
Like,
think
it's hard to say
if
'cause
Penny
Shaq-
stay healthy, Shaq wins some with Penny too. So I think
I think he would
Shaq.
at least
I
got
think
one with Penny.
I
I
think
think
you
they still
definitely.
won with Penny, but that might be the only one they
I think
did.
you could definitely
Yeah,
put Shaq
yeah.
over
I
different
think he's
people.
talking
And he could
about
definitely win
multiple. Only one I
rings.
think
Yeah.
I would say, but that
I'm
we'll
sticking to my
never
guns.
see it.
Paul Pierce,
It's
2
Allen
rings
Iverson.
with Shaq.
Just
Yeah,
because
but the problem with
prolific
AI is
one.
defensively, he was not elite like Kobe was defensively. Like Kobe was an elite guard, like truly an elite guard, like first team all defense.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Next level.
Like,
Play defense.
that's why I didn't. People would be like Tracy McGrady would have played with Shaq. I don't see it because Tracy didn't play defense.
No, Tracy didn't
But
play.
didn't they say Tracy had a chance to go play with
Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan.
No, it wasn't Timmy. Was it?
Well, yeah, Tim Duncan was supposed to go to Orlando. He was going to go to
Dwight
Orlando.
Howard.
Orlando. Yeah.
When he left and went to it was Dwight Howard. He's supposed to. He was going.
He
Dwight Howard. He left
He
and he went and played with Yao.
T-Mac wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
He was like, because Dwight was young, but T-Mac wanted to leave.
See, this shows you like we could talk about something. Somebody say something, and somebody remember something in the history of basketball. That just shows you how long we've been watching the fucking game, bro.
It was
like,
Dwight.
Dwight, yeah, he didn't want to play. He's like, nah, I'll go play with Yao, and then hey, look what happened. 2 injury-prone motherfuckers on the same team.
Hey, look, I was gonna say 2 motherfuckers that can't stop getting hurt. 1 team.
All right, I got a 2-part thing for you, right? So we all saw Jokics go off the other night. I think it was 40, 27, and 10 or some shit like that.
Yeah, he was tripping.
He went crazy. You know who's the last person to do that?
Who?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, it had to be Wilt.
You know, the guy that people don't think his 100-point game is real. It's not proof.
That's just real.
I feel like it was real, bro. Like the nigga was stepping everything.
That shit.
He's stepping everything. He's playing against.
He's stepping and everything. You feel
like that all day, right here.
Look at LV face. These motherfuckers over here.
Stepping everything.
The thing we do have, the footage we do have, he was completely dominant. Like it didn't look like he was getting stopped in the ones. The footage they do have of him didn't look like he could have scored 100 for sure. He wasn't nobody stopping him ever. Like so.
Kobe scored
81. Kobe 81 was proof that somebody could score 100.
Somebody could score 100 damn points.
Kobe didn't shoot jump shots.
His 81 didn't even look like 81.
No,
you just
literally.
It didn't even feel like 81.
All he was doing.
Hey, LB, that reminds me. You're a Lakers fan. Let me ask you a question. Kobe's last game. Do you feel that the Jazz played good enough defense on Kobe, or do you think they was like, yo, this is his last game? We gonna play him, but we ain't gonna play him too hard.
I feel at some point, I'm gonna be honest with you. I do feel at some points they did let him just shoot the ball instead of giving a contest. But I think he had, like he said, that's all he had left in the tank.
No, I think it was a combination of both. And I tried to say this before on the podcast, and I got shunned for saying that the Jazz
I'm putting shun y'all now.
let Kobe get some of those buckets. I'm not like even Gordon Hayward said it. Gordon Hayward said it in the post conference. Like, yeah, we could have played tougher defense on him. That's letting you know that they like, yo, nah, it's Kobe. We ain't gonna like we could play hard on him, but why would we do that? It's his last game.
I think the Jazz could have if the Jazz would have won that game, they could have went to the playoffs or been three-way ties.
You said that before, but I don't care. It's Kobe.
Yeah, that matters to me. If you got a chance to go to the playoffs,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
They was trying till the end of the game. I remember I was flipping back and forth.
They were,
and then it seemed like the Jazz was really trying to clamp Kobe early on in the game, but then at the end they was just like,
it wasn't. Yeah, they let him do it. I watched the game. I'm like, yo, he's driving. I watched a clip the other day of him doing his drive, and he ran past 4 people, and they all just stood there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It was very reminiscent of Brett Favre laying down for Michael Strahan.
That I'm gonna be honest, based on how that atmosphere was, how that atmosphere was, how many people were at that game, the cameras and all that. Like they had to let him do it. Like it was just,
that's what I'm saying.
They got lost. Yeah, thank you. They got lost.
You gotta think about it like this. Like there was people changing from whatever sports program they were watching.
Like, damn, Kobe's
gonna watch that shit. Literally,
let him do it. You know what I'm saying? It's Kobe. It's his last game. He trying to go for.
I tried to tell you, nobody wants to listen to Jay.
I don't believe it.
But I don't think they. I thought they was playing him hard.
No, they did because they were leading in the game. They were up, but I'm saying like it wasn't the whole game. They were just like Kobe go out there and get 81. Like no, but at some point in that game in that fourth quarter, like if you go watch the fourth quarter, they were just like, yo.
Even why would they let him win the game?
But Gordon, it's not. I don't think like because you said you get
it's one thing to let him get to 60. Why let him win the game?
You get mesmerized like, yo, this is Kobe, and even those players, they're starstruck by other players, so it's like, damn, this is last game. I'm never going to see this guy be this great again on the floor. Like niggas probably lost their mind watching Kobe go off on them.
Honestly,
how many times we see players on the side of the court, their team get dunked on, they be like,
yeah.
And it's unrealistic as it sounds, bro. A lot of people and they just being Kobe do that. So like to see that shit in real life. And to be caught in the moment and like, damn, nigga, that's Kobe Bryant, bro. Like, I understand that point because it's like they grew up watching that, man. Mm-hmm. And then for him to be busting their ass in real life, live action, I'm on the court with this man, like that shit might be mind blowing. So I can understand getting caught up in the moment and maybe just like shit. Damn.
Oh, reach! I should never reach there. Kobe Bryant, damn.
I shed a tear just watching that game. So if I'm up here shedding a tear watching the game, dude. They playing against him. It was that was different.
I don't want to be an asshole.
Who are they playing for?
I don't want to be an asshole, but we're fans. Like it's okay for us to say them to them motherfuckers is professional. They shouldn't be in the moment.
No,
there's certain players
on that too. You ain't never gonna see this guy again, bro. Nah, bro.
No, I hear it.
And now I understand.
Certain players do that too.
And God bless Kobe so. And now I understand.
Brett Favre did it with Michael Strahan, yo.
Hindsight,
like, can't nobody ever tell me that Brett Favre didn't lay down for Michael Strahan. I know this is basketball, but that's just what it reminded me of in a lot of ways. Is when Michael Strahan was like 1 away from the record. I think he had 2 sacks sacked that game, and he was 1.5 away. And Brett Favre just dived, and it was like,
look what you saying though, Lamar.
It's
a record. Wasn't no record for Kobe what he was doing to them.
Yes, it was. It was the record of his last game.
No, it wasn't.
He never gonna have it. Nobody ever gonna be able to beat Kobe record of his last game.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie.
You're crazy. Nobody gonna ever be able to beat the record of Kobe's last game. It's Kobe's last game.
You never know. We don't know what they're gonna let LeBron do.
You can't.
No. I'm gonna be honest with you. Fuck LeBron. What they gonna do with Curry?
Ooh,
yo, Curry,
I'm saying he gonna shoot 43.
Curry,
they gonna 75 or 100.
It's gonna be an all-star game out there. The opponent
he ain't
team
shooting nothing else, bro.
They're gonna be
they gonna let nothing else. Full court. Nothing but full court.
Bro, I got a question. How many years Curry got left? He's 34.
How many elite years? How many elite years you asking?
I was saying how many legit years or just how many years period?
All right,
he can play these 40 easy.
No, he's not.
He play these 40 easy.
Paul playing right, the way he playing now, right, and he still look like he just got paid basically. Not saying he playing at an elite level. I just think Curry is like 2 notches away from being there. You know what I'm saying? He's still not. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about on his way down the mountain, basically. How we was talking about the peak in the mountain. He's still not to where he's just like, oh, he's a solid veteran point guard. He's still a factor right now. So how long is it till he's just like the teams are still pick him up as a solid veteran point guard?
That's the big question.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
And that's the thing. Like LV said, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Athletically, I think he's falling off. But that jumper, dude.
Yeah, but that's what I said about KD.
And the thing about Steph is
KD don't have that hops no more.
No, it's not even a hops. It's just KD's ability to get his shot off any place, anywhere, anytime the fuck he wants. And I think he can do that for another 10 years if he wants.
Yeah. Just how smart.
I just think those guys can do it for another 10 years.
Steph got smarter too, which is crazy.
I was gonna say just how smart he is, how smart he's gotten. Not to mention, and when you hear people talk about Steph and his body development and how he stays in shape and how he works out, like that man can play well into his 40s, bro. Like there was a there was a report I think like last week that said that one of the NBA players that worked out with Steph literally 30 seconds. That's all it took, and he was outside throwing up. You know what I'm saying? Like the work that man puts in is insane.
And they didn't want to say the name, but they said it was a star player too.
They didn't want to say the name, but they said it was a star player.
Hey, I will say this too. Also, we gonna have a couple moments like we did with Kobe. We got LeBron, KD, Curry,
Giannis.
Giannis
gonna be a big one. Luka, Joker.
Giannis a ways away though, but
Joker. When Joker retires, it's gonna probably be the craziest shit. It's probably gonna be like a soccer event, like Argentina.
We are in a good era of basketball.
Yeah, we are in a good ass era of basketball.
Yeah, that's crazy you say that because and a little off topic before we go to the next topic. I've been watching some old like wrestling clips, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, and just watching like how how they were able to get away with stuff on television.
Dude.
And then I watched the current clip of the Usos standing in the ring talking about Chief Master this, and I'm like, yo, this shit ain't got nothing.
Nothing, bro.
It's trash.
It's crazy.
Oh shit.
It's crazy.
It's trash.
It's crazy, bro.
It's
crazy.
Dude, I'm sitting up here watching videos and laughing like, how the hell did I fall in love with wrestling, WWE stuff?
Right.
You got all these dudes doing the corniest.
It was different, bro. It was different.
It was different. Doing corny stuff, and I'm looking at all the ones like, damn, they not even hitting them for real. It looks fake to me, but I loved it.
But we loved it, bro. We were so invested.
I hate to say this.
I'm not saying
because WWE wrestling is male soap operas. You know what I'm saying? We always knew it was the storylines, bro.
But that's what I was looking at. And that's what my point was, Lamar. There's storylines of Stone Cold versus The Rock leading up to WrestleMania. All this shit they had to go through. Vince getting in the like it was so many
or whoever like soap operas. But it was just the drama of it. So the hitting and the action was just to add to the drama. We didn't care if it was fake. You know what I mean? But now it's like it's kind of like you said, it's cornier. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this storyline ain't him. Yeah, hidden right.
And I say that to say sometimes things ain't better. Sometimes they get worse, bro. And it's like we come from a great era, and I said that to say what LV was saying, like we're in good hands with basketball. I wish you guys could say the same for WWE. Because you can say the same for WWE because y'all not in good hands, bro. That shit different over there. But I want to get to the Suns. I've been trying to get to this for a bit. So we all know that the Suns owner is about to sell the team, looking for a buyer, and the allegations that came out of harassment and everything else. Well, another report came out that there's another guy named in it. His name is Jason Rowley. I want to say that's how you say his last name, Rowley. And he's also been accused of workplace misconduct. Do you think that because I know for me, right? It's not just about the Suns. I know there's a bigger culture of this stuff in sports. But how do you guys look at it when you see a report like this come up about Robert, and then it's another guy, a son of somebody? I didn't catch, and I didn't feel like rewinding the video because I wanted to see what else was said in it. But he's a son of somebody. But to have other people named in I can't even speak right now, and allegations or accusations of work misconduct and harassment and stuff like that. How do you guys think that makes the younger generation look at trying to get into those places of position of trying to work for an NBA team, be as a water boy or whatever it is, and that they might do? What do you guys think? The workplace changing this, because I know we always talk about the sports side of it, how basketball players are affected, but how are other people outside of it that's looking in affected by seeing that these two guys that are in power are abusing their power and so on and so forth?
I think it goes hand in hand, to be honest. Like the sports side of it, and like I always say this, I think this is one of my reasons. Like I don't really, like I told you, I don't know why I don't feel safe about the Suns, but I think a championship organization starts at the top. You know what I'm saying? So any organization that has stuff like that, workplace misconduct, people not wanting to work for you, for the ownership, or just feeling like there's so much crooked or corruption in the ownership or in the workplace, it's going to trickle down onto the court and the viewership and every aspect of the organization. And you can see that time and time again. We don't know, like as fans, we don't notice, like, why is this organization only so good or get good for a year and then they be trash? And then you find out, oh, they owner is a slumlord and he rents out apartments. Like you find out these people are shitty people who own these teams, and that's why these teams usually are never good. You can go through any sports. You can go through the Cleveland Browns owner who owns Flying J. As good as the Cleveland Browns put together their roster, they never get over the hump because their owner is the slumlord. Like you can go through it over and over and over and over again, and it always trickles down. Now on the workplace environment, like we all work every day. You might be happy to work for one of your favorite sports teams, but when you find out it's they treat the water boys, this is a shitty place, they're not paying right, they're not giving benefits, they're harassing us, that might not only turn you off to working there, but that now you don't even like the sports team because that's what they represent. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like point. Every aspect.
That's a good point.
Piggyback off that, I think it's BS. And it kind of hurts because you don't want to be a part of stuff like this. Mm-hmm. But the fact that we don't know who that is, and the fact that we know who Ime Udoka is, and I hate to go here, but
no, I talk about it.
I was just saying, go there.
The fact that they put a black Nigerian man, whatever, out in Front Street. They don't put the woman he was messing with, but they put the black woman out on Front Street. It just shows that there's a clear, there's just not the same type of representation, or there's an imbalance of what the media wants to cover. The fact that we don't know that guy's name, don't know his face, don't know what he did and all this other stuff, don't know his details going through his...
Well, his name is Jason Rowley.
Huh?
Raleigh. Jason Raleigh is the guy's name. Rowley,
I don't know his face.
Yeah, I get you. I just wanted to say who his name was, so y'all niggas know y'all can go look him up, whoever's watching.
And from that perspective, I agree with you. I think
me too.
I absolutely agree with you. But
because we gotta know, it's a white man.
The media obviously covers. I mean, and this ain't just in sports though, and this is where I agree with you, but I kind of and this might sound shitty, I'm desensitized to it. I'm a black in America. I expect that shit. So we don't cover us completely different on all aspects, and it's not just the media; it's court. Like I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. This is that's why I said I expect it. I can have the same. I can be going to jail for the exact same crime as a white male in the same age demographic as me, is the same job as me, and the way they're going to look at it is going to look at it like he has a brighter future because the job and the things that he does. He has a sports podcast. He's doing this, and they're going to look at me like I'm wasting my time, and I'm a criminal. It's only, but that's in the media. That's in day-to-day life. That's everything. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it's wrong, but it's kind of. I expect they're not going to publicize him. They're going to wait till they have all the facts. But with Ime Udoka, they're going to put him out there before they know really, as soon as the allegation comes.
And what they don't do, and I'm gonna say this too, what they don't do, they don't show that there's black general managers, assistant general managers, VPs, and all this other stuff. They're doing the right thing. They do the right thing, and you don't hear of anybody in higher powers that are doing these things, being a slumlord or being racist or being misogynistic to women and womanizing and all this other stuff. But when we have it as there is a white man in power and it's not publicized in the media, it's not shown in a negative light, they're not dragging their name through the coals, they're not putting themselves on, they're not putting these guys on these popular networks and not talking about it. It just shows, and it just shows that there's not going to be really a lot of change that we need and expect in the near future. And it shows when I talk to a lot of people, they don't even care about sports because some are black and they don't even want to deal with it because they already know how it is. It's like you got this white man in control of these black players. Black players speak up. They only can do so much and nothing changes at the top. But when they get in trouble, they get a little slap on the wrist, a little $10 million fine, whatever. They don't get put through this media coverage of onslaught of going at them and telling them like, dude, you need to sell your team, a la Robert Sarver. It took him a couple days or a couple weeks to finally decide to sell his team,
and he's still in control, right?
It's still being in discussion to be sold. It should have been sold.
Man.
Right, but that's not even there. It's not even in discussion. It's just literally he still controls day-to-day operations.
Dan Snyder to sell Washington 10 years.
Say Dan Snyder.
And
Dan Snyder's the same way.
Sell
Same
Washington.
way with
But here's
Dan
the thing
Snyder.
where I feel about this though. I'm conflicted about that whole, even that rule. Even though I don't move in them circles, it's just this is still America. It's a place of enterprise, and like if you can force me to sell my business based on a personal black, white, whatever, that it's a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but not when you're a part of a private organization.
Yeah, all right. That's like, for example, that's like, yeah, exactly. When you're part of a private organization, but at the same time, I've invested in this. Like it becomes
but that's fine. You sign it, but you have to understand from the business. And I know you understand from the business end of things, but you have to understand from their type of business. That's why contracts in place. So they can make you sell your team if you don't follow.
Yeah, it's because it's a code of conduct violation, right? But with the code of conduct violation.
But that's why it's a committee too, Lamar. It's not just the NBA goes to them like you got to sell. It's a committee that votes on it.
Y'all don't,
and that's all the onus. The committee's
the reason why these people don't get forced out. Let me just make my point. Is because it's a good old boys network. It's 100%. A code of conduct violation. But you're gonna give me a code of conduct violation when I seen you violate the conduct 150 times.
Oh, 100%.
Same thing that why Gruden is suing the NFL right now.
Settled
because he's seen them do stuff like that 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? Because so they don't. It's once you open Pandora's box of oh, we're all racist, we're all shitty owners, or at least most of us. And we're gonna just because you got caught, we're gonna put you on Front Street about it. What's the
hide out shit?
Exposing all of us.
Yeah, to hide out shit. Yep.
Let's be honest.
That's the big
Dan Snyder.
thing.
I couldn't. The one thing, like, no disrespect. I like LeBron as a player. I like LeBron even as a superstar. He's one of the most personable superstars. But one thing I never liked him for is because when Dan Snyder wrote that racist ass note when he left to Miami. You remember, and he's spoiled. He's a brat. He's entitled.
Of the Cavs.
The owner of not Snyder. Dan.
Gilbert. Dan Gilbert.
Sorry, wrong Dan. Same first name, different last name.
Yeah.
Dan Gilbert. Wrote that racist ass note. LeBron went back with open arms, bruh. And that's where, like, he went back and he wrote a note saying, "I'm doing it for the city of Ohio." But you knew you were going to an owner. That's why Kyrie got on. That was about money, would treat black people like products.
Just like the Clippers.
And already said that's what he thought of you when you left the first time. And you went back for some representation of a city.
That's why I wanted to talk about this, because it's a preview to one of the new things in the revamp, nigga.
I don't like I said, I don't have no problem with LeBron, but when it comes to that, all these owners, or at least majority of them, are slummy. Like, and so once you start trying to force people out for character when I've seen you buy. Let's just give you an example. I've seen you pay for women. I've seen, you get what I'm saying? Like how Robert Kraft got caught up. I've seen you do this.
That's true.
I've seen you do that. And you gonna tell me because I said something?
Lamar, let me ask you this. We're talking about it, right?
Mm-hmm. What's the solution?
What's the solution?
The solution
because here's my problem.
We can't solve is black-owned organizations, black-owned teams. Like when the lockdown happened, and I don't know if it was Ice Cube or somebody proposed that this is before he had his 3v3 league that LeBron and them when they was negotiating the CBA.
Yeah, the Kyrie and I was like
fill up arenas on their own and do a 3v3 league. This is before Ice Cube even had his league. And they was against it and see if they could sell out. They didn't even want to try that. You know what I'm saying? But that was the step to having more creative control, more control where it's black owners, where you own it. LeBron owns a piece of, just because they own the Lakers now, he owns a piece of the Lakers instead of just being a player. He's a part owner to where he can make decisions on things that's going on. The same way people.
I think that's against the CBA to do that.
All right, because they're currently active players.
Yeah, I don't think.
But the CBA is negotiated every few years. It's not against the MLB CBA. You know what I'm saying? Why it's only against the NBA and the NFL because they're trying to keep a certain thing. The Giants gave Buster Posey 2% of the team on his last contract, and now he's a part owner of the Giants. You know what I'm saying? So it's why is that that can be negotiated.
I'm right. I like what his conversation.
Right, you're right, but most basketball players and football players don't have that. I mean, we'll see now with basketball players. Football players don't have that type of power because there's too many guys in the league. There's 1,400 plus players, and half of those guys don't really make it past 2-3 years, and they're out of the league. The one maybe 2% that have power are the guys that make $50 million, and rarely do you.
They ain't gonna fuck that shit up.
We don't have that guy.
When it comes to football, I understand it.
It's too much for football. Basketball, it's doable.
Yeah. Football, I understand it because what you just said, but I think that can change over time. Football, the majority, like you said, the guys making $50 million that could shift their weight around. Like, let's be honest, majority of the time they've been white. So there's been no reason for them to, the Tom Brady's, there's the Aaron Rodgers, there's been no reason for them to shift their weight around on behalf of black causes, you know what I'm saying? Or even making owners accountable when it's been working. Status quo has been working for them. But in the NBA, it's been the top players been black athletes for a long time, brother.
Yeah. So it's doable. And LeBron, I know LeBron said this a couple weeks ago. He said he's going to own a team in Vegas. More than likely, he's going to try to get a team. And then the commissioner was talking about putting a team in Mexico City. Cool. So they're going to have, and Floyd Mayweather talked about owning the team. So there's going to be representation some way, somehow.
Yeah, but those guys got to get in first. They got to get into those dominant spaces.
Glad you said that. It's going to be, you have to get in first. And it's going to happen.
Just look what's happened to Dion, to the guy on TikTok that told us, fact checking nigga, that what was said came out of Dion's mouth in one of his earlier interviews after he took out the job. So
that's what's going to be said. It's about action. I'm fine with talking about it. And I think
but it's about definitely doing something with it.
Action. We need action.
Absolutely.
If you want change, if you want to do something about certain things, action.
All right, now let's get back to a fun side of the conversation. I love that way it turned. I wanted a little serious moment. I knew I had Lamar here, so I was like, let me give him a little sample of what we're gonna be doing, bro, without telling him. You feel me? But last conversation we got on the dock today. Oh man, so Dame Time Dollar.
No, don't disrespect Dollar now.
Said that, or feels that he's the second greatest shooter of all time, with names like Clay, Reggie, and Ray Allen. How do you guys feel about that?
He said he should. He said he should clear cut be in the conversation. His words.
He is in the conversation,
I
but
think
he
he is in the
ain't.
conversation.
He is in the
I think
He
conversation.
in there, but at the bottom of it.
He's at the
I
bottom of that conversation.
He's at the bottom
Clear
of it.
cut. I
Clear
love me
cut.
some Dame Dollar. I love Dollar.
He's at the
You ain't gotta
bottom.
think it.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
at the
hierarchy,
bottom.
my
Clear
brother.
cut.
It's a hierarchy.
I'm
It's
looking
as
for
clean
it
as a
up right
diamond,
here.
bro. You're down there. We see you.
We see you. We acknowledge you, but you ain't the one we want. I'm sorry. He that boy. But his game is not predicated just on
What's the names again? Give me the names again. Is
Clay, Reggie, and Ray.
Clay,
Yeah,
Ray,
y'all right.
Ray. No.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm conflicted, but y'all right though. Y'all right.
No.
I had to say
Tyrone is
now,
saying Tyrone's saying he's more of a clutch shooter than best shooter.
Facts.
I say because
I would say that. I would say that.
I would
That
agree
sounds
with that.
better.
It's something to be said. It's like, all right, the thing about Steph and even Dame is I don't care what nobody say. They're the first people we seen shoot like that off the bounce. And like really just get it off the dribble and shoot from anywhere off the bounce. And so yes, Dame's percentages might not match up with Clay, Reggie, and
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen, yeah.
But to be getting it off that bounce at such a high clip, and the only other person in NBA history is getting it off the bounce like him or better than him is Steph.
Honestly, the only thing he can't
I think
do,
that gives him a notch to where he might be able to skip one of them because he's like, I'm getting it off the bounce. They're getting it off the catch. Like
the only thing he can't do is he doesn't really come off screens like Steph and Clay do.
Yeah.
He does. All his stuff is off dribble pull-ups or coming off screens pulling up. That's good. That's great. But if we talking Steph can do literally everything it takes to get his shot off. Come off screen hard.
We're not putting him on the level of Steph. Steph is,
but I'm saying the level. But Clay does that same thing. But what Clay does, he can get it off the dribble. He just chooses not to.
Yeah, that's true.
He chooses not to. Because
I don't know about that, brother.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that, brother.
Can he get it off the dribble? Yes. Can he get it off the dribble well? I don't know.
I don't know about that, brother.
I wasn't done. Clay doesn't. It's not a. He don't got this in his game. He dribbles in front of himself. So when he does, he can come off and do that. He chooses not to. That's all I'm saying. That's not his game. That's not his game.
Know.
He can.
I'm not even talking about it in the handle sense. What I'll say is Clay has great footwork. And so Clay
got great footwork because most of the time it's all his shot.
Yeah,
his feet are off most of the time when he sets
when he's all
that's
right,
true. That's true of you. When he sets his shit, when he sets his feet, he's damn near automatic.
Backing niggas down and shit. That's when he gets open. What I would say, other than that, I only see him get it off the catch, really. Like, I mean, not really off the catch, but maybe catch, boom, boom, 2 moves, shoot. But is that really like getting it off the dribble, or is that just shooting over somebody, getting a little your jab step shoot? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know. I don't really see Clay get up. I ain't
Would
like
say he's the most clutch player. I wouldn't say that.
Whoa, that's a whole different argument. I don't even think
Dame.
Yeah, because
Tyrone
in the chat said that we could say that he's the most clutch shooter and Curry is a close second.
Clutch shooter in what?
Out of those list or in ever?
Oh, ever or on that list?
I don't know. He just says he's close, but he is more of a clutch shooter. We can say the most clutch shooter in the NBA right now, Curry a close second.
I don't want to say most. He's top 5.
Yeah, most clutch shooter. He typed it in on YouTube.
Most clutch shooter right now. I would give it. I don't know.
I would probably say you have to damn near give it to Dame. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I would give it to
right
Dame.
now. Dame has missed how many games?
I would give it to Dame or Kyrie, but my thing is, I
value one.
Clutch. I value clutch a little bit different. Like Dame has hit some big shots in some big games, and it's got to like. I think sometimes people just get the clutch title for hitting the game winner at the end of the game, but you got to do it in big games, and it's not just hitting the shot. It's like taking out with Steph. Steph's clutch is a little different to me. I see Steph bury
That's true.
niggas at the end of games, like where it's a 4-point game, it's 3 minutes left, and he buries you. You know what I'm saying?
I think one of the most clutch players is Kawhi Leonard. I don't want to say it, but when he plays, he's clutch.
God damn, that's fucking true.
That's true.
I hate to say it, but
that's true.
It's true.
It is.
That
he gets so much, slack because he's injured.
But
people forget when KL's in that game, KL something nice.
Yeah, he like the most clutch. I mean, it's hard to say. Can you say the most clutch points within the last 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 2 minutes, minute, whatever? There's a lot of guys on that list. There's a lot. Because then you got Harden. And I know he's a shell of himself, what he used to be, but Harden's still up there. You got KD.
I never considered him clutch, though.
I got KD's clutch.
Not KD, Harden.
Shit.
No, he said KD. He said KD after Harden.
Yeah.
You could say Jimmy Butler to a certain extent.
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
That's true. Jimmy to a certain extent.
I'm just waiting for Boo-Wop to jump in like, who?
Yeah.
But, yeah, so yeah, Dame, you're up there, but I'm not. I can't say you're.
Yeah, I think he's in the conversation for two. Over Ray he's top 5. He's a top 5 shooter of all time, and I think he should be able to live with that.
Yeah, I feel like the range that he pulls up with definitely puts him in that conversation.
I think his range and his ability to get it off the bounce gives him a boost over the other 3, but their prolificness just as shooters purely is why they have the edge over him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. Ray, Reggie, and Clay just were so prolific. But here's the thing: with y'all, where do y'all rank those 3? Like, take Dame out the conversation because I've always wondered. All right, Steph, we got Steph at number 1, but where do y'all rank Clay in the pantheon of Ray and Reggie? Do y'all put Clay over Ray or Reggie yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have him over Reggie, not Ray.
There's two reasons why. He dropped 60 and 3/4 on 11 dribbles, hard as hell. He dropped 37, 36 and a quarter.
In a quarter.
I'm sorry.
37 and
not disrespect Ray or Reggie.
This is the cool part about it. To piggyback off that, bro. Like, this is how you know you're a shooter. Like, the man was barely dribbling in those two things, bro. He was barely dribbling.
But here's the thing. I give credit to that.
Like that.
Close to Ray, close. He can pass him by the end of his career.
I don't know what a shooter is, bro, because that's the definition of shooting. Barely dribbling in a game and scoring that much, that is the pure definition of shooting. That's hard as fuck to do. That's a shooter.
Yeah, that makes him close to reality.
We've had this conversation before, not all of y'all, but I've had this conversation with some of y'all before, or people before, and some of y'all before, I think, about Clay being the number 1 option, right? On, like, say for example, say he started on it, he didn't go to the Warriors, he went to another team, and he was the number 1 option on that team, like Ray Allen has had to be, or Reggie Miller has had to be. Right. Would he have Reggie Miller went to the Eastern Conference Finals? You know what I'm saying? As the number 1 option.
And didn't Ray go to the Western Conference once or second round?
And Ray, or he went close. As the number 1 option.
Yeah.
And so he's been to the final. But with Clay, and when I ask people that, for the most part, they be like, "Nah, Clay ain't doing that." But when I ask y'all about the best shooters of all, y'all say Clay is over either one of them, and I give you the and like, you know, I'm a Warrior fan. Yeah, I'm a Warrior fan. Didn't Reggie Miller score like 9 points in like 13 seconds?
Oh, yes, he did.
In like 13 seconds.
Put him in that clutch combo. Yes, he did.
But the thing that's different for me with that situation and the Clay situation, right? Like, Reggie had the awareness of not only just a shooter, but the awareness of a basketball player to not only get the steal, but to find out where the damn 3-point line was, step behind that motherfucker and pull up. That's not only just that's not a shoot. That's a hooper, dog. Like, that is a hooper to the next level.
Put Ray. I think Reggie and this is my truth. Like I just asking out of curiosity, but I think Reggie and Clay are very comparable. I think you could flip them like errors. Like if you flip them in errors, you could put Clay with that Pacer team, and it'll look the same because Reggie was guarding Mike, giving Mike Hale. Clay was been a lockdown defender during this era. You could flip them, and you could put Reggie on the Warriors, and they would still win the same titles with Steph Curry, and it would be no difference, damn near, to me. But I think Ray Allen is.
I feel like that would be the same thing.
Yeah, he's not. He's close to Ray, but I'll put him over Reggie now, Ray.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That's just it for me. Mm-hmm. I was gonna get to the TikTok segment. Should I get to the TikTok segment? I feel like getting to the TikTok segment. Somebody said what?
The top 10s?
No, the TikTok segment. Is what we call people out on TikTok for stupid ass comments.
Hell yeah.
That's what it is.
Hell yeah.
Bring them.
So I posted if you guys haven't seen the Bubba Dub and Dwight Howard interview, go check it out. It's a funny ass interview. So
I commented on that for sure.
Yeah, I posted clips to it on TikTok, and some people took it way too serious. Like Dwight took it at first, but it was this one guy. I'm not going to say his name though, right? Because I want to get him. Because this dude is so funny. So normally when I get into a back and forth with somebody, I don't know how you guys do it, but I'll go to their page and see if they got content. Now, if I see you got content, I know I can talk to you. I know we can go at it. I know we can have the debate. If you ain't got no content, I'm not talking to you, right? Or that conversation is going to be short because you hide behind your account. You want to just comment on people's shit. Don't show your face. Don't stand on what you say. So this guy had a little content, so I was like, yo, let's get it. So he was basically calling the guy Bubba Dub a hater, and I tried to correct him and tell him, like, yo, he's not hating. He's just making jokes. He's a comedian. But this guy, I guess he's related to Dwight Howard or somehow fucking serious. He took the shit because this nigga took it more serious than Dwight Howard took it. Like, so I told him, like, we was going back and forth and shit, and I don't want to say it because I got like 15 screenshots. But because I'm not going to be able to go through all the messages and find the motherfucker again, so I screenshotted the messages. So he was just saying, like, oh, this dude's not funny. Where's the funny part? And I'm explaining to him, like, yo, it was funny to me, and it's funny to the people that's watching it. Nigga, it's like, at that point, it was like at 100K views. You know, 10K likes. Like, somebody think it's fucking funny.
Not to mention, most of the people in the video are comedians.
Right. So I'm telling the dude, like, yo, if it ain't for you, just move on, bro. Like, just go about your business. So then I finally let him know, you know, hey, yo, I went and checked this nigga page out. And in the bio, it said OCD, ADHD, and anxiety. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Like, that you put that in your bio. But all right. And then at that point, I said something to him, and he came back with, oh, I'm going to start a podcast. I'm going to start a podcast. And I'm like, oh, go ahead, start a podcast. What are you going to talk about, the stuff in your bio? I said, you know, a lot of people go through that stuff, you know. It'd be a good show, you know. I'm just trying to help him out. Give him to. You don't want to fuck with Troy. Listen, all right? Now, this is 11 o'clock at night I'm doing this, my nigga. Like, I got time. I'm telling you guys this story because I want you guys to know. You fuck with me on TikTok, I got some time. If I ain't got no time, I'll make some, all right? I does this. So he was just basically calling Bubba Dub a hater. He ain't never been to the NBA. Blah, blah. So I finally told the dude, oh, I went to your page. And he was like, oh, you went to my page? Oh, I feel so important. I was like, yeah, I'm going to put you in this segment that I do on my podcast. Oh, I'm so important. I'm so important. I'm so important to you. And I'm like, no, nigga, you're not. Like, I do this to everybody. You're no more important than them. No, I'm so important. I'm going to be on your show. I should create a podcast. And I'm fucking dying because this shit is funny. It's fucking funny. But I get him because he was responding to another guy's comment. The comment that guy said was that Bubba Dub was contradicting himself. On the part where people thought Bubba Dub was contradicting himself is where Bubba Dub told Dwight Howard that if you miss a shot, game-winning shot, you're trash. But then they switched it to comedy, and he was like, if you say one bad joke, but you kill the rest of the show, does that make you trash? He said, at that moment, I'm trash. So he's literally using the same logic that he was telling Dwight Howard on him being a comedian. People was missing the point, and basically he missed the point. So he said, won't you go at the guy who originally commented? So Troy being Troy found the fucking comment. And I was like, hey, tag the guy that I'm commenting to now. It was like, this guy, tag the guy that I'm in the fucking debate with, wanted me to come at you. So how you want to do this? Hopscotch or double dutch? That's the message. How you want to do it? Hopscotch or double dutch? So I was like, so I hit him back and I'm like, yo, bro, I hit him up. You happy now? He's like, no, you don't throw stones at every dog. I said, right. You just throw them at the biggest ones. I'm too good for this. I should be a troll. He literally liked that message and stopped writing me. So I'm telling you guys this because I'm telling you, I got motherfucking time. All right? I ain't going to say your name because you're probably going to come check the video out thinking I'm going to give you that much. Then you think you're important, but you're not. I just want you to know that if you was important, I would say your name. That's why I'm not going to say it. But you know I know that you know that I know. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Now let's get to these damn top 10s. That's the segment of trash talking TikTokers. You know, we got to come up with a name for it, Moolich and Boo Up. I come up with a name for the segment, but all right, top 10s.
I'll start to brainstorm. I'll have somebody into the night.
All right, top 10s. Who's going first?
In what?
Top 10s. Who want to get a top 10 list first?
Overall top 10 of all
time.
Yep.
All time.
Let's do this real quick.
Anybody want to go first?
I'll go first. Y'all
Go
ready?
ahead, Lamar.
At number 10, I got Dirk Nowitzki. At number 9, oh yeah, he looking at my list crazy. I got
let him get through his list.
Shaquille O'Neal. At number 8, I got Hakeem Olajuwon.
Wait, hold on. Start over because I gotta get this to TikTok, bro. You gotta start over from 10. Sorry, go ahead.
You want me to go slower?
Yeah, start over from
Number
10
10,
so I can get you saying it all the way through 10.
I got
Say it
Dirk.
right now after I stop talking. Go.
At number 9, I got Shaquille O'Neal. At number 8, I got Hakeem Olajuwon. Number 7, I got Larry Bird. At number 6, I got Bill Russell. At number 5, I got Wardell Stephen Curry. At number 4, I got LeBron James. At number 3, I got Magic Johnson. At number 2, I got Kobe Bean Bryant. And my number 1 is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Y'all you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to argue, have any comments, any problems?
That's kind of strong. The Steph and the Dirk, that's kind of strong.
And the Kobe at 2. I respect Kobe, but Kobe at 2.
Listen, our top 10.
All right, I feel it, bro.
I can't hear you really. What? Hold on, let me turn you up.
Turn myself up.
Who going now? Who up?
Nah, because I'm gonna tell y'all this. I didn't really want to put nobody that I didn't actually see play on this list. So that's let me start there. But I couldn't.
So there's no.
I couldn't not put Bill Russell on there because the 11th. I'm big on rings. You know what I'm saying? Winning rings and him 11 rings. I had and the defense. Just how I look at the game. I couldn't not put Bill Russell on there, but I didn't really want to put anybody I didn't see play on there at all. To be honest with you.
My list, like, to me, it's kind of nasty to others. All right, let me do it like this. We got at 10, I got Steph Curry. At number 9, I have Wilt Chamberlain. Number 8, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Number 7, Tim Duncan. 6.
That's what I did. I fucked up. It's all good.
Yeah,
because I was adjusting my list and I fucked up. That's why I was like, who did I take out that was supposed to be in there? And it was Tim Duncan. Fuck, but it's good. Shit happens.
Number 6. Who am missing? Magic. Number 5, Shaq. Number 4, LeBron. Number 3, dun 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 dun, Hakeem Olajuwon. Number 2, Kobe Bryant. Number 1, Michael Jordan.
I'm not mad at nobody's list. I'm just confused why Kobe.
I forgot to put, but it's good. Keep going.
All right. So, damn, I don't have a. Can I go from 1? Because
yeah, you can go from 1 however you want to do it.
8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is
it's blurry.
Yeah, do. So 1, and this is my list, or is it
your list?
Yours.
My list is 1 is Kobe, just because it's Kobe. 2, LeBron. 3, I'm gonna put Jordan. 4, I have to put Kareem. 5, Magic. 6, Steph. 7, Shaq. 8, Tim Duncan. 9 is Bird. 10. Who did I say? 10. 10, I'm gonna have to put Wilt.
Moolitz, would you like to go?
Yeah, I got it. All right, I got it. All right. Number 1, the GOAT, Michael Jordan. You already know. Stop playing with me. Number 2, Kobe Bean Bryant. Okay? I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't a Laker fan. I wasn't even a Kobe fan when I was growing up. But look, I got the fucking tattoo. That shows you how impactful that man was. I watched him bust my team ass for 20 motherfucking years, okay? So, yeah. He number 2. All right, number 3, Kareem. Hook shot. Y'all, it's I don't even have to explain it. Hook shot. Stop playing with me. That's almost unstoppable basketball move ever. Number 4, Magic. Okay? The man was playing with, y'all know what he was playing with, okay? So I don't stay. He was still, hey. All right. Number 5, LeBron. Of course. Number 6, Tim Duncan. Number 7, Larry Bird. Number 8, Hakeem the Dream. Number 9, Steph. Wardell, Stephen Curry. And number 10, Shaq. No, I don't have Bill. No, I don't have Will on my list. They're like 11 and 12. I didn't watch them niggas play. I watched all the highlights. I read all the history. I get it. But, yeah.
I just want to say I had Tim Duncan at number 6 originally, but I put Bill Russell there out of respect for the rings.
That's not going to the
Tim
TikTok.
Duncan off.
He said that's not going to the
TikTok. I just want you to
I
know.
changed that shit.
Can I ask you a question?
I want to get to mine. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I'm being rude.
No. Go ahead. If you want to ask your question, go ahead.
I got a question. So, do y'all remember LeBron's 07 Cavs team, right?
Yes.
Okay. In your honest opinion, do you think Michael Jordan is taking that same team to the finals? If you replace LeBron and Michael, do they go to the finals?
I'm saying yes.
Yes.
In that East, yes.
And I was going to say, in that East, yes.
In that East,
not 2016.
In that East, I'm thinking about it. No, I'm talking about still the East was weak for a long time, brother.
Yeah, a long time.
In that East, yes. And here's the thing. And then on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, what was the year? When did Orlando play the Lakers in the finals? 09? 08?
10, I think.
09.
09, yeah.
09. 2 years later. Because here's the thing. I don't think LeBron, with that same team, LeBron got outed by Dwight Howard. I don't think LeBron, I think Mike would have beat him. I think, man, stop it, bro. Dwight beat them. I think Mike would have beat them. I think Mike would have beat that team, and we'd have seen Mike and Kobe in the finals instead of Dwight and Kobe in the finals. I think Mike would have beat that team.
I know. I'm talking about 07.
That was the same roster. Jameer Nelson. That was pretty much the same roster, bro.
No, it was not.
What's it? Mo Williams.
Lucky, we're doing our top 10 list now. I'm the last one that has to go, but they're just discussing.
Go ahead, Troy.
They're discussing. The question was I just got in here, so I want to catch Lucky up. Because Lucky came at the end of the show, so I want to let Lucky get in on this last conversation that we're having before, we dip about it. But Lucky, they were talking about, LV asked the question that, do you think Jordan takes the 07 Cavs to the finals the way LeBron did?
Can I read the roster? Because it's Shannon Brown, Daniel Gibson, Drew Gooden, Larry Hughes, Jonas Ilgauskas, LeBron, Damon Jones.
Read the averages for me. What they averaged on the season?
Their points average?
Yeah.
LeBron 27.3, Larry Hughes 14.9, Drew Gooden 11.1, Jonas Ilgauskas 11.9, Varejao 6.8, Eric Snow 4.2, Sasha Pavlovich 9.0, Damon Jones 6.6, Daniel Marshall 7.0, Daniel Gibson 4.6, David Wesley.
That's the year he had 3 players that scored over 10, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, Larry. All right. Difference between the 09 and the 07 team is Mo Williams and Larry Hughes, really.
Larry Hughes is late prime.
Lucky, y'all only use that logic is because it's what happened in history. But if Jordan went another route, y'all wouldn't be saying that. If Jordan left and teamed up with Charles Barkley and won championships, y'all niggas would not be saying he did it without. That's the team. The team was constructed the way it was. It was constructed around Jordan. They drafted Scottie for a reason. They kept Scottie for a reason. Scottie needed Mike as much as Mike needed Scottie. It's not just Scottie didn't win any championships as Mike, but then we forget that Scottie was sitting on the bench when they got their ass whooped. He only averaged 9 points in that series. So let's not do this. Oh, Mike never won without Scottie. Scottie never won without Mike either. Even when Scottie went to the Trailblazers and went and formed another super team and tried to get on the super team, what did he do in the Trailblazers? Shit.
Not to mention when Mike retired, Scottie led their ass to the playoffs, and everybody, Scottie.
I don't think there's
never been
a superstar to win a ring without another superstar, except at least in my memory, except Dirk Nowitzki. And
when Jordan retired, the team didn't fall off. They actually did fall off because they were used to making the finals and they didn't make that. That's all. That's all they dropped off. That is a fall off. That is a fall off. Go ahead, LB. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying the last player, superstar, to do it by himself was basically Kawhi Leonard. That Raptors.
To Toronto, yeah.
Now again, they didn't play.
Honestly, yeah, that's true.
Warriors. Yeah, they ain't full of Phil Health Warriors, yeah.
But
they got smoked.
Yeah. Kawhi too. Kawhi and Dirk is the only ones I remember in my lifetime winning.
I think Dirk had a good supporting cast.
I think Kawhi did too, though. So
no, Kawhi definitely had a good supporting cast, but Dirk was with his a little bit longer than Kawhi. Kawhi literally just won a title, bounced out.
He had J Kidd.
That's my point about basketball, though. You literally can one person. It's an ultimate team sport.
Lucky, let's not do this. I'm sorry, Lamar. Lucky, add some context. When LeBron leaves a team, the franchise falls apart is because they traded everything away and gave all the good players away to get LeBron. Stop doing that BS. LeBron it does not just leave and the team we can't figure it out. That's not what happens. It's not what happens. They literally don't have no assets to be good.
They gut their teams to get LeBron.
Basically.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not triggered. This is what we do here. This is your first time in here, Lucky. It has nothing to do with us being triggered. This is what we do here, nigga. We clap back. You clapping, I'm clapping.
Coming out here, boy.
Get the clapping. Now to my top 10 list. All right. I just want to preface this by saying no active players are in my list. No active players. Troy did away with that active player bullshit. So yes, that means you will. Nigga, go check. No, Mulich, get your boy, Mulich, get your boy, because you're gonna have to get this nigga on the show so I can fry him. You don't know who he talking to, bro. My cup empty. So that means Whiskey Tory is here. You got about another 2 seconds before I start roasting you, bro. I'm telling you. Let me get to my top 10 list. All right. So no current players means you won't hear LeBron's name on this motherfucking list. Sorry, guys. But as nasty as y'all top 10s was, or as spicy as y'all top 10 was, I'm going to make it even spicier. All right. I think I'm going to leave here with the most drop joys top 10 that was on this pod today. Lucky, you're on your own now. I'm back to business. I got to host the show. I'm sorry, Lucky. I can't be in the chat all day. I go on MJ number 1. See, I could have put Bird there, but I'm not biased. I'm just not. Don't look at me like that. You said it's my list. You said it's my list, and then proceeded to name your guy. You know where you wanted to put him. I could do the same. I got Kareem number 2. All right. I got Bird number 3. Okay. I got Magic number 4. I got Kobe 5. Then I got Bill, Shaq, Tim, Wilt, and Hakeem. I had Oscar at 10 and not Hakeem, and then I remember Hakeem, so I switched Hakeem in and took Oscar out.
Can I ask y'all what makes Hakeem so great? Because to me,
I think all right. The Hakeem argument. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
To me,
no, it's all love, Lucky. It's all love.
To me, I don't watch Houston Rockets. I'm not gonna watch them, and I didn't watch them with their highlights. Only thing I remember from him.
Who are you talking about, Tyrone? They said he was 2 all day.
Huh?
No, Ty in the chat said that Kobe at 5 is blasphemy. You guys had him at 2 all day. That's what he's supposed to be. I didn't know that was where he was supposed to be. Go ahead, LB. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was saying, to me, he's only done one when Jordan wasn't at his best, when Shaq was coming into age, and young Shaq was not Shaq.
But that's not Hakeem's fault, though.
That's not his fault.
It's not his fault. You can only win championships when you're able to get there. And without Hakeem on that team, does the Rockets win those 2 championships?
Absolutely not.
Do they make it to the playoffs?
I don't know how the West. I honestly don't know how the West and
they don't make it to the playoffs.
Here's how
they had Robert Horry. They wasn't making it to the playoffs. I'm sorry.
How a lot of people feel about Kyrie Irving, Kobe. Okay. I think Hakeem Olajuwon is the most skilled big man, maybe except for Jokic, but that up to that point that we had ever seen.
Tim Duncan is
not more skilled than Hakeem
Olajuwon, bro. Stop playing.
That's a joke.
Thank you.
Hakeem is one of the
more fundamental, but Hakeem was the most at that point. And as I said, first of all, you can say Tim Duncan, but at that point, Hakeem Olajuwon was the most skilled big man, and it was in a big man dominant era. He shitted on when he matched up against David Robinson, he cooked him. When he matched up against Patrick Ewing, he cooked him. When Shaq cooked him.
He's the best two-way center of all time.
All time.
He was the best big in the big era. Like that.
Yes, he does, Ty.
He also had one of the most dominant back-to-back performances in to win them 2 rings. Mm-hmm. That might be the most 2 important rings in NBA history. Because them 2 rings right there showed you who was the second best player in the world when Michael Jordan retired. Right there.
It was unarguable. Yeah.
Nah, Hakeem was like that, and I had somebody. Had to bring me up on how good Hakeem actually was and his impact on winning those 2 championships, and he did it back to back too. So, I mean, that counts for something, And he's one of the greatest big men that we have seen. Yeah, you can argue Shaq in front of him, you can argue Tim in front of him, you can argue Hakeem in front of him, but he's in most people's top 5 big men, like centers all time.
Never seen him play.
Oh, most definitely.
I've never seen him play. I don't know.
I don't know how you didn't see him play, man.
I've seen him play
because I watch Shaq. That's why.
I mean, I feel you because Shaq was that dominant. But
Shaq play.
Hakeem really was him though.
Even Shaq said that Hakeem is what made him a better player. You know what I'm saying? Shaq said it out his mouth. Shaq said losing Hakeem in the finals. You know what I'm saying? Because he was that. I'll be honest, we all was kids. We was Shaq fans. Shaq fool. He was dunking on everything. Shaq Orlando.
Don't go nowhere, Lucky.
Was as big as Michael Jordan as far as almost your fan base when he first hit the league. Let's be real. Video games, everything. But when Hakeem showed us that Shaq wasn't invincible, he made Shaq look mortal. You know what I'm saying? And nobody else really Shaq and
swept Shaq
Hakeem
in the
dominated
finals.
So
everybody else.
I want to address something because I feel like Lucky's right. Lucky is definitely right when he says the 4 centers part. Because if everybody go down there list real quick, how many centers you got?
That's what I started to do at first. To be what he said, what Lucky said.
Good point. Hold
right?
on.
And that's why my list got a little shaky. Like two things y'all said, right? You said after 5 it get murky.
3.
Yeah.
So, and that's how it was for me. So that's how you end up with Dirk on my list because I'm like, I started trying to do 2 at every position, 2 point guards, 2 shooting guards. So I got Kobe and Mike. I got Magic and Steph.
I got 5.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Right,
I got
Hakeem, Shaq. Right,
I got Larry and
that's
LeBron.
The 4.
I got Larry and LeBron, and then where's my list at?
Yeah, I got 4.
I got Tim and Dirk. Oh no, I have Bill and I have 3 centers. I have Bill, Hakeem, and Shaquille. Right. I have Bill Russell, Hakeem, and Shaquille. But really, at first, I had Tim and Dirk, Hakeem and Shaquille, Larry and LeBron, Magic and
But
Steph.
it is all time.
But
that's the
Lamar,
only reason why I would challenge it.
Lamar,
it's all time for all positions.
Just credit big men.
You know why basketball is easy to kind of do top 10s where it's not the same where in any other sport because we already know like basketball one player can truly dominate and change the game.
Exactly.
We know that.
True. That's true.
We know this.
Yeah.
So rather that's
I think
big
Wilt and
man
Bill will always be in my
or
top
guard. Like you should be able to
Tim is a 4?
who's
Tim was a 4.
Impactful.
Tim is a 4.
Yeah, so yeah, I only got
Tim really was a center though. He was really a center.
He was really a center. He was.
But they consider him the greatest power forward of all time.
All time, right.
Yeah, that's
so I got Kareem. Kareem was a center. Bill was center. Shaq, Tim, and then Hakeem. Those are the 5 centers I got. Unless you're going to say Hakeem was a power forward too.
No, Hakeem was a center for sure.
I got 3 centers on my list, but one power forward. But really, I should have had 2. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was doing it at first, 2 at every position. But I agree with what Wap was saying as far as like it becomes like that because you can always tell who's the most dominant player. You know what I'm saying? Whether no matter what position.
Now I feel you too, Lucky. That's why part of the revamp is we're going to allow the chat. That's why we want to see you guys in here. We appreciate you guys being here because you guys give us a lot more leeway to do different things that you guys would like to see us do on the show. So we're going to give you guys a chance to pick one game out of any spot in history, and we're going to go watch that game and analyze it, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it. So for you guys in the chat that's into that, like you said, Lucky, you said you won't go back. I don't know if you say you will go back or you won't go back because I know typos happen, but you won't go back and watch the game. But you try not to go off of stats. The best way of not to go off of stats is to go and watch the game.
Yeah.
We have so much technology now. It's like, nigga, you don't have to watch the. It's not an hour no more to watch a game. It's 30 minutes.
No lie.
Watching just watch the condensed version and just cut the
watching Hakeem play will piss you off at how unskilled the centers of today are. Like, yeah, there's a couple of them, but you'll be looking at like people like that are good players, like Aiden and them, and you'll watch Hakeem and you'll be like, bro, they don't do none of them post moves. They don't be moving nothing like that, like how they was moving. Like it'll really make you see, like, okay, they just be big, and now they, the game's changed. They can shoot the shot, they can pass, but they don't have a footwork and a back to the basket game like they did back in the day.
Because they're not being taught that.
Yeah, I was just saying they're not being taught that.
They're not being taught. Kids that are 6'8", 6'9", and they want to shoot jumpers, and I'm trying to teach them that you need to have a post game. They don't really teach having a post game because it's seen as a wasted amount of time.
A wasted art.
Yeah, it's art. It's really an art. If you have a one-step dribble and get the hook shot off, you do it all. That's all move you got, and then they don't show them any counters. They don't show them the pump fake. They don't show them the reverse spin.
I can understand that looking.
Yeah, that's true. They really don't, and there's a lot of the reason for that is because a lot of centers are stretch centers. They're not like necessarily like power centers. They're not like the typical centers, like even a Joel Embiid type center, right? He's big, he's bulky, but he can get out on the 3-point line. He can shoot. He can create his own shot and not at will, but in certain situations. So it's like when they go to get training, when they go to get developed, they're not learning. Oh, back to the basket, post moves, quick shoulder move. Maybe I'm taking a drop step and I'm getting off the glass, or you know what I'm saying, like maybe I'm grabbing a rebound, hooking the elbow, and I'm going back up for the dunk. Like they're not learning that. They're learning to space up, dribble, see if somebody's open. If not, put your head down and get to the basket, possibly get a foul. Or if you're big enough, put your head down and dunk on somebody. Like they're not necessarily teaching them how to do the fundamental back to the basket type. Oh, now I got an easy layup. They're not teaching them how to be that fundamental to where it's like their moves, their post moves are working for them, and they don't even have to dribble. They just
you right, and I'm gonna piggyback off that. They're not teaching them the footwork because
it's the footwork.
Yep.
Think about
that's the biggest part.
But think about this. Kobe went and worked with Hakeem Olajuwon when he wanted to get his footwork right.
I said that
LeBron worked with Hakeem Olajuwon when he wanted to get his footwork right. Klay Thompson worked with Hakeem Olajuwon when he wanted to get his footwork right. Because that is a different. He was the most skilled big.
But hey,
the
players are so much more skilled now than they were
back then, but not
exactly.
Really.
They go to older heads to get some skill from them to use in today's game. Like, it's an evolution. Like it's a tug and pull. It's like you do it, I'm gonna pull some from you, and I'm gonna make it better. It's just that's what all sports are.
And you got to think about it like this, bro. Like, how many players are really out here executing the dream shake, bro? Back to the basket, one dribble. You feel me? Turn around. Money though, automatic. How many players are really out here?
How many people out here perfected their skyhook?
Nobody.
And in today's game, the skyhook will be a killer because you wouldn't be able to stop anybody. You wouldn't be able to stop anybody doing the skyhook today.
I seen Steph do the dream hook the other day. That's the last person I seen do the dream, like a couple weeks ago. 6'3" Steph.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The dream shake on somebody.
Yeah, she said 30 years later, the skyhook is just like the moonwalk. We never walked on moon. As
far as dream shake, the closest we're gonna ever get, closest we're gonna get now is Joel Embiid.
Honestly, yeah.
But he don't even do it right. Like he don't do it how you want.
Kobe, McHale, Hakeem, Kareem, best footwork ever in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure. Kevin
McHale's footwork was crazy.
It was. And that's why I tell a lot of people a lot of people don't understand. I went back and I watched a lot of Boston games from that time, with Bird, McHale, Robert Parrish, when literally had his name and then went blank on the damn point guard, Danny Ainge and then Dennis Johnson.
DJ.
Yo, a lot of their offense was bring the ball up. Danny Ainge or Dennis Johnson would have the ball. They would get into their set, kick it down to McHale. If McHale couldn't do nothing with it, then they'd find Bird. That was a lot of their offensive set. And then it would switch. It would go to Parrish. And if Parrish couldn't find nothing, then you try to find something for McHale. Like Bird was like a lot of times, he was that first guy, but a lot of times Parrish and McHale came before him when touching that ball because it was a paint lead. It was a big man's lead. So you get your big man in that paint, you don't let him attack him. McHale was very good at attacking the paint, and so was Parrish.
Yeah, and it's like the dynamic that Larry Bird brought to the Celtics at that time was damn near unseen at the time. Like he can run the floor, he can play offense, he can play defense, and nigga can shoot mid range, outside game. He can literally defend. He's going to get steals, and he's gonna fake you out up and over type shit. Like that type of game was like a new dynamic where people was like, damn. And not to mention, he was white doing it.
Hey, can I ask you this? Top 10 trash talkers.
That's for another show, Lamar.
I was going to say, that might be for another show, big dog.
Show. So we're going to start doing top 10s again. Top 10, but this time we're all going to give our individual top 10s like we did today. But one last question before we close this out. We going on 2 hours, and we haven't done this, boo-wop. How long have we not done this?
Months.
2-hour show? Woo!
Months.
You feel me? It hasn't been one of these in a long time. So, Lucky said, quick thoughts. Whoever wants to answer, go ahead. We all don't have to answer. We all answer. But Lucky Screams wants to know, what do y'all think about James Harden said he changed the game of basketball. Only thing he's missing is a ring.
Yeah, I've seen that. No, he didn't. He needs to be quiet.
He changed the way it's called. He didn't change the game at all. He just changed the way it's called. That's all he did.
Because ain't nobody coming doing triple step backs, James Harden. Nobody's doing that.
You just call
but when you do kind of change the way they
call it, I agree. Yeah, you changed the game.
You kind of changed the game to a degree.
I agree to a degree. Yeah, I agree.
But I feel like he said that as if a way to try to like bolster him as like one of the greatest players of all time because he changed the game. It's like, no, James, stop.
I don't like that about this era.
Tyrone, I'm gonna let you give this idea.
I don't like how he did that. LeBron did that in the past, where they tried to boost their status up while they still playing by saying something, by throwing out a soundbite like that, like, this, because they know they starting to look at, like, James Harden could see the writing on the wall. He's starting to go, if I retire in the next 3 years without a ring, I'm just like Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just Carmelo. I'm just Tracy McGrady. I'm just this player.
I honestly think LeBron. If you up to that level, you can. I don't think James is at that level. Like LeBron is with GOATs. Mm. He's at Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying? James
exactly.
James.
Not in I don't think James. I think it's even worse with James doing it than LeBron doing it, because yes, LeBron has put in more of the work to be like in that conversation, but I think it's still a deflection tool to be like, when LeBron loses in the final, he only brings that shit up when he loses. Well, I had the hardest finals runs out of anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the deflect losing record. When James is looking at his career, like, you ain't never won. You was one of the greatest of the era, but you ain't never won. Well, I changed the way the game's been played. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you still ain't won, bro. Like,
you didn't win nothing at the end of the day, so it don't matter how much you changed the game, because if you changed the game that much, you would have won. Something, at least at the end of the day.
He won the Strip Club Hall of Fame.
Oh, you're right. He did win that. He did take away. He was undefeated. He was undefeated.
Club Hall of Fame.
Hey, he took that in 4 too. I heard it was a clean sweep.
Final thoughts. Move it.
Final thoughts, man. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Moolah. Follow me on the Sports TikTok, Sports Twitter. Follow From the Sideline Podcast Twitter. It's going up over there, man. I'm gonna see y'all on Wednesday and on Friday for the football show.
Lamar.
Lamar, I'm signing out, but I know y'all don't got faith in the Warriors right now, but Jordan Poole gonna carry us till Steph get back, and you can believe that. Bet on that. You see it. You know what I'm saying? That's my final thoughts. Jordan Poole gonna carry us till Steph get back.
LV.
Absolutely.
Fly Eagles fly. We're gonna win the NFC East and number 1 seed, and we're gonna take this shit. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, this your boy Troy.